What's up guys, Eugene Pentland from Pentland Designs, and today I'm going to be showing you what I'm calling the final version of my Slim wallet. So I hadn't really updated this design for a while. My previous wallet, which was this one, it's come a long way, and this new version is what I'm going to call probably the best version I'm ever going to make. So the biggest change between these two is that all of the black parts are out of PLA, and then the blue is out of TPU, so it's flexible. The main reason is because with my old wallet, it would work very well because all of the cards would be very close to each other, and this would mean that when the lock goes down, the pressure of the thickest card locks in place, and then all the others lock in place because there's friction of them up against each other. And this made the locking mechanism work very well, but when I remove just one card, then it no longer works at all. The other downfall of this design is that when pushing this up, because there's so much friction up against each other, a lot of times two of the cards end up stuck to each other, and it doesn't end up with the nice stepped pattern that I wanted to see. So these issues were fixed in this new version, and the reason that this part is TPU at the top is because when all of these cards are in, I couldn't have this in my pocket and it could bend and do whatever without all of the cards in it, and it will always go back to its original shape. On some of the older versions like this one, if I kept it in my pocket and it wasn't completely full of cards, then the backside would end up bending inwards slightly, and then the lever which moves the cards no longer worked properly. The second benefit of using TPU for the main part of the body is that the lock works much better. So now there's a indicator and also something to strengthen the side showing where the locking position is. So now, even though there are only 4 cards in here, let's see if you could get a shot of that. Because it's TPU, the sides of here deform slightly, but it puts much more even pressure along all the sides of the card, so it's much less likely to fall out. The purpose of the lock is mainly just so if you do put the wallet in upside down in your pocket and you take it out of your pocket, that the cards don't slip out while you're doing this. It's not really to prevent all the cards from coming out from shaking it, which no one would ever normally do with their wallet. Another benefit that I added to this one was a money clip. So in my previous version that I have uploaded online, it has a money clip as well, but it was attached to the main body and printed vertically along with the main body, and this would cause, like, if this got bent slightly at all, it would end up breaking, and then you'd have to reprint the entire thing just to have a new money clip. On this one, the money clip is detachable and it prints as its own separate part, so this not only makes it so the longevity of the wallet is a lot better, that you could just replace the clip if it does break, but since it's printed along the curve, it also allows this to bend much more and is not going to break from you doing this, as well as having more tension so that the money does not come out while in use. Change that I made to this is that it is slightly wider than my old version, and this is to allow what I was saying before, is that when you push the lever up, it allows the cards to come out evenly spaced every single time, since there's not that friction of them being up against each other every single time. On top of that, on a different version that I had a little pocket in the front where I could just slide in one card, because 90% of the time when I'm reaching for my wallet, I'm reaching for my student ID, and I don't want to have to go through my wallet and flick it open every single time just to get the one card that I'm always using. So on this older version, there's a little pocket in the front which allows the card to stay there, and it just makes it much more convenient that I could just take the one card that I'm always going to use out of my wallet without having to even take my wallet out of my pocket. I could just reach in, slide it in and out without any problems. I printed this using Simplify 3D, printing it up to the 15mm mark, pausing it, swapping to TPU, and then continuing it and printing up the rest. The link will be in the video description for this new wallet, as well as an explanation as to how it gets printed. The link will be in the video description for this new wallet, as well as an explanation as to how it gets printed. If you have any ideas for future videos, please let me know.